What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Another episode of Real Talk with Dr. T, where we have real conversations with real people about real issues. Guys, I've been doing this podcast since last January, and we have been having some powerful perspective, transformational conversations about just everyday life, from mental health, relationships, to anxiety. And now, again, I did one segment last year about your health matters. And we're doing it again, but in a different lighting and in a different dimension. So for those that know who I am, I'm Antoine Thurston, Dr. T, doctor in theology, minister. I've been ministering the gospel for about 9 years now. But also, I'm a life coach, Christian counselor. I have a book called My Abundance and Freedom, From the Mental Institution to the Pulpit, where I talk about the things I went through in my own life: depression, low self-esteem, suicidal ideation, and so forth, and the power of God to deliver me and restore me. But part of my book, I even talk about gaining weight, comparing my skinny days to my days that I put on some weight. And I didn't like the image I saw on the screen. And so that's what it's really about today, about not just that, but health and wellness. Last time I did this segment about health matters. I actually was training someone at the gym, and I told them this. I said, before you lose the weight, you have to believe you're beautiful before you lose the weight. You have to believe you're handsome before you lose the weight. You have to love you before you even reach your goals, because you can reach something if you don't love you and still be empty on the inside. Because you're looking at a guy that didn't believe he was handsome. And so you can have all the tools, all the accolades, all the success, but if you don't love you, none of that is going to matter. And so part of self-love is loving ourselves enough to take care of ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And so on this segment, I thank everybody for being on here, my coaches, my mentors, my leaders. And I just want everybody to introduce themselves. My coach, Kimmy, who brought me onto the business, Joy Parker, another friend, and also a mutual friend of another friend, And then also Michelle, uh, just introduce yourself. Whoever wants to go first, go first. Unmute yourself and go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do.
I guess I'll go first. Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle Fletcher. I am a health coach. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two very active children. One's a teenager, one's a preteen. And I've always been into health and wellness, but I really thought how you stayed healthy was through fitness and exercise. And I came to learn there's so much more than just that when it comes to optimal health. So, really happy to be on here with you guys today.
Good. Next person.
I'll go next. My name is Joy. I am a mom of a college student. I am, and I'm into health and fitness as well. I wasn't always into fitness, but over the past 10 years, due to some things happening in my life, I decided to take control of my health. And I've gone from, not doing anything to being involved in a lot of different sports and activities, half marathons, triathlons. So, and I like to spread the word that, like what Michelle said, that your health is not just about exercising, but it's also about nutrition and how you take care of your body in other ways too. It all goes together. And I'm a true believer that your health is your most important wealth in this life. So thanks for having me.
Definitely, and we're glad to have you. And last but not least, Coach Kimmy.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Thurston, Michelle and Joy. I am Coach Kimmy Dublin. I am by profession a medical language transcriptionist, medical language specialist, and I'm also a certified health coach. And I also work at a weight loss clinic. That's where I'm practicing my health coaching skills. I'm very excited about that. I actually came into the knowledge through Joy, then meeting Michelle, and I'm just so excited about being healthy, uh, teaching other people how to properly, how to do the right thing as far as what you eat and how you move. So I'm excited to be here tonight.
Beautiful. I love it. So the real thing is, we're promoting health and wellness. For me, health and wellness was ingrained in me by my father. My father was ex-military, the late Alfred Lee Thurston. He passed on my birthday, 2014, May 9, 2014, had cancer. But going from 5th to 6th grade, people used to say I put my weight on early. So I put my weight on early, but my dad always liked to take care of your body. Take care of your body. As I gained weight, he got me a weight set when I was in 7th grade. So me and my cousin, we would do competitions who can lift the most weights. And so he ingrained it to me. My dad didn't promote laziness. Even if it was the summer, you could just sit home and do nothing all day. You got to read a news article every day, write something about what you read 5 days a week. You get the weekends off. So my dad was always very practical about just being productive. And so health was another way of being productive with your body. My dad incorporated and pushed me into sports, 5th and 6th grade, then track and field, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And he always wanted me to just be a part of something outside of myself and just being around a community of people where you're developing yourself, building yourself up. And so that's how I also got into the band when I was in middle school and then later on high school in 10th grade. I went on to be a part of becoming a section leader, play trumpet. That was part of fitness. And trust me, you burn a whole lot of calories marching. Then I went on to go to FAMU, Florida A&M University. Was in a marching 100 for a year. Came back home, I crossed and all that type of stuff. But my dad always emphasized taking care of my body. And even growing up, my dad would instill in me, Antoine, you're a bull, you're ox. And he would instill value in me. Um, and I didn't realize what he was doing until later on. He was teaching me, Antoine, be productive. Be productive with your time. Be productive with your life. Be productive in every aspect of your life, because it's gonna pay off. And he always said, "Be ready when the door is open. Be ready when the door is open." And sometimes we want the doors to be open, but we're not ready for the doors. And so, part of being ready for the door is physical health. You know, I grew up even in church. Even as a minister, I'm an elder, and I work out. I've been working out for years, honestly, but I've gone to the next level of working out in the last couple of months. Um, and it's really, for me, it's also therapy. Fitness is therapy for me. And one thing about nutrition was when I did a 40-day fast, Daniel fast last year, and I saw the benefits. I was still working out, still seeking God, fasting, consecrated. But people started noticing, 20, you're getting cut. You're losing like the fat and you're keeping the muscle. I'm like, I'm doing dang fat. And I'm seeking God, but I'm still working out. And I honestly, to God, I can say this, the, the truth. I was stronger in the gym. I was lifting heavier. I could push more. And my mental clarity was a lot better when I was just eating fruit and vegetables. I wasn't tired. I wasn't lethargic. I wasn't slothful. I had energy. And that was before I even did Juice Plus. That was just fruits and vegetables. And so just for 40 days, that's what was going on. And so I did that again earlier this year, 21 days church. But even then, just the changes in the body and in the mind, the blood flow. And then on top of that, being a mental health advocate, learning that what we eat affects our minds. It affects our brain. Our brain is an organ. And so what I want to ask is, why did you get into nutrition? What was your reason for nutrition and wellness and health and fitness? And why did you get into it? What caused you to go into health, wellness, fitness, and so forth? We're going to start with Coach Kim.
Okay. Well, first off, just like you, Dr. Thurston, my father was a professional. I call him a professional tennis player. He also attended FAMU and on a tennis scholarship. So, as far as physical fitness, that was always something that was demonstrated to me as a girl. I knew how to exercise. I knew how to ride bikes. We were a lot more active even then back as kids. So physical fitness and staying in shape and not being too heavy or being uh, overweight was something that was not practiced in my home. So as I went later on an adult and began to work in the medical field as a transcriptionist, actually transcribing medical reports, I found that there was a lot of disease in many people. I mean, so many people are sick. Why are they sick? And I wanted to continue being healthy. And I met Joy. And then I met Michelle. And how I met them, we met on Facebook because my goal was to become healthy, to stay that way. Um, and when I was invited to a conference, Beat Cancer with Your Fork. And when I walked into the room was packed and there was standing room even only inside, and everything that they were talking about as far as medical, the research, what happens to your body when you don't eat healthy and what happens when you do eat healthy. I was in right from the very first. I'm in the right place. This is something that I want to do for myself as well as to share with others all over the world. Anybody who can hear, we need to know this because there's another way other than being sick. Or if you get that diagnosis, why am I sick? What can I do to be better? And I've learned so much. And I met Michelle, and they are two young ladies that practice staying healthy, and they practice what they preach. And so that was what was first drew me in to better, on top of what I already practiced. I had to go. It was right. This was the way to go. And I've been here since 2016. And even my personal testimony was that, as being a transcriptionist, I suffer from carpal tunnel symptoms. And after I started taking the Juice Plus, within 2 weeks, I was not in pain like I was. I wasn't having the numbness and the tingling. And I knew this is the right place for me to be. And I truly, truly practice it. And I will continue for as long as I have breath.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. Who wants to go next? Michelle or Joy?
I'll go next. So my change came about 10 years ago when I lost my mom to lung cancer, and she was not a smoker, had not lived with a smoker. And so I was really trying to understand how this happened and how I could prevent it from happening again. And so the first thing I thought of was like exercise. Let me exercise. And so I joined a run group, Black Girls Run, and that's how I met Michelle. And then Michelle introduced me to this way to flood my body with all these fruits and vegetables every day. Very simple. And it just made sense, our lifestyle, the way we take care of ourselves, plays a big part in our health. And so I became a part of this community, and I started learning so many things from doctors and nutritionists and scientists and biochemists. And I have the biggest thing I think I've learned is that my DNA does not have to be my destiny. So that whole this runs in your family, I don't believe in that. I believe if I can take care of myself the way I'm supposed to, fuel my body with lots of fruits and vegetables, make sure I sleep, make sure I move my body, drink lots of water, that my destiny can be different than what my DNA says it should be. And so that's how it started for me. And doing that, just making that small change, changed me physically. And so I went from, like I said, not doing much, I wasn't really exercising, to starting to run, to doing 5Ks, to running half marathons, to doing Spartan races. And over the past, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years, I've done quite a few triathlons. So it's been an amazing thing for me. And like Kimmy, I will take it until I take my last breath because I truly believe in this power of fueling your body with whole food nutrition. So thank you.
Love it, love it. Love it, love it. Last but not least.
Hey. Yes. Well, for me, I've always been someone who's had a high awareness of health. And it's been funny because it's really not something that my family was into as much. But for some reason, God just laid that on me. And so I played sports in high school and in college. And after college, my way of relieving stress was just staying active by working out in the gym. And I really thought that was the answer because my family was riddled with various diseases. Like my dad had prostate cancer, he had diabetes. I know a lot of people in my family were on blood pressure medication. I mean, there's just a number of things that ran in our family. So I always thought that I was predestined to get those things. I was just like, well, I guess it's in my DNA. I know I have more on my dad's side of genes. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to get the diabetes. I don't know. And it wasn't until 11 years ago when I attended an educational event that shared how nutrition and plant-based foods play such a huge role in programming turning off things that our bodies, we all have different markers in our bodies where we all have cancer cells. And we can either turn on those cancer cells with what we're doing by what we're eating and environmentally and the stress levels and the lack of sleep and the lack of water. We can turn those things on, or we can turn them off by eating things that are alkaline for our body, right? And the alkaline foods out there are plant foods, fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains. My eyes were wide open. I was like, that was my missing link. I was doing all the things, but I was not really focused on the amount of nutrition I should be eating. And so that was really what took me on this path. This was 11 years ago. And I have been on it ever since. I have seen my entire family transform by adding in more plant-based nutrition. We've just been flooding our bodies. It's been so easy to flood our bodies with tons of plant nutrition every day, thanks to Juice Plus. So that is what took me on this path. It's funny because I have a degree in IT, worked in that arena for over 10 years. And now I do something total opposite of what I have a degree in. And I really feel like I'm living in passion and purpose, sharing this information because more of us need to know. Like, it's almost like it's the best kept secret.
Yeah. It is. And I've never told this publicly, but when I was in ninth grade, there were some missionaries that came to the house, and they sat in our chairs. They were very, very, very overweight, very overweight. They sat in our chairs and literally broke our chairs. And my dad, being the man that he was, wasn't too fond of it, and he was cussing like crazy. And my dad was like, y'all get on me about my smoking and my drinking, but y'all sitting here breaking my furniture. And all this Holy Ghost, my dad be like, man, all this Holy Ghost, and Holy Ghost can't tell y'all to lose no weight, and y'all worried about my drinking or my little cigarette I got. But, you're breaking my furniture. So we literally had to throw the furniture out. It was no good. We even had to throw a couch out. Somebody was so big, they sat on our couch, broke the bottom of it because of all the excess body weight. The couch couldn't handle it. And so even as a mental health advocate, Dr. Daniel Amen, I read his book. As I was reading his book, it's called The End of Mental Illness. And he talks about like having a healthy brain. Part is spiritual. The other part is social. Then there's another part that is community, community and social. Then there's another aspect when he talks about the biological aspect of mental health. And he talks about diabetes, having diabetes, or just obesity that causes diabetes or have too much excess body fat. And he says, because he does brain scans, like Dr. Basil Vanderkolk, they do brain scans on the brain. And it was found out that if you have too much excess body fat, it causes toxins in your body. It causes inflammation. And then with inflammation, which he calls it, means to set on fire, it can cause schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, mental disorders. And so too much body fat has a part in mental health. And then one author said in the book, the majority of our problem with mental disorders in this country is nutrition based. 75%. It's 75%. There's nutrition. We're putting all this junk and processed food in us that is the gut health. It goes straight to your gut. Your spine is connected to your gut and your brain. Your brain is an organ. And if the brain is eating trash from the gut, basically, the toxin is gonna affect the blood, airflow, and so forth. And as we, as a Juice Plus distributor and representative, going to that event on Saturday was just confirmation and enlightenment that, we have to do better. As a community, as individuals, I even as a mental health advocate, as a preacher, you know, because I'm very strong for mental health. But if it's going to help my mental health, I have to talk about it, you know, and this is part of that conversation. And we're going to be honest. My dad used to tell me, Antoine, if you look good, you feel good. He used to drill Antoine, you're a good looking guy, but I can't let you just get big like this. I have to hold you accountable. You're my son. That's what my dad, you're my son. And my dad used to tell me, you my son. You're not finna get big and fat. You ain't, he just straight up military. I'm sorry. You ain't getting big and fat. You're not finna get like some of the other folk. I can't let that happen to you. You can't breathe. You ain't gonna be able to breathe. Your lungs gonna start shutting. You're not gonna be healthy. You're more prone to diseases and so forth. So he drilled that in me to work out and exercise and so forth. So, and now even being 32 is still ingrained in me to be healthy, to take care of my body, and to hold myself accountable, because you know it's not healthy, and it's also not attractive. I can look at even people in my family that have low self-esteem because they put on that weight, and we all put on weight. We've all gained the weight, but there's something we can all do about it. As for me, I think Juice Plus, well, I know, I definitely have a lot more energy. I'm experiencing the progress of taking they're not even supplements. It's whole food in capsules, and I love it because I get all my nutrients. And I've noticed I have more energy. Even my right knee, because I messed up my right knee years ago being in the gym doing leg extensions, and I messed up my knee. I got physical therapy, but I tell you the truth, last year I started doing squats, and it's like the knee was starting to bother me again. I couldn't put pressure on it, but now it's getting a lot better. But I've noticed a big difference because I was taking some man-made supplements for my knee, and for like 2 months, like it was bromelain and some man-made turmeric, whatever. It really wasn't working. I took it for like 2 months, but I've been taking this for like 2-3 weeks, and I've noticed the difference that it's a lot more stable. I can do more with it. I can get back to squatting. I just squat like 200 Saturday, did like 200. So, and there's no pain, and I can handle stuff. But I'm still taking my time with it. But I've noticed the inflammation has gone down. It's a lot more stable, and even my rotator cuffs, I've noticed, even though I do work out, but it's like I've noticed my joints are getting better. But the energy, mental clarity is definitely jumped up a notch. What is your experience with Juice Plus? But as we promote, as I promote health and wellness, I promote exercise, but also nutrition is the foundation. It helps our immune system, it helps our skin, our eyes, our mental health. What has Juice Plus done for you as an individual?
I'll go first. Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, so many things. But, what you're touching on when it comes to working out, that was one of the things I noticed for myself first. So I noticed that my endurance and my stamina improved. Mind you, I had been working out for over 10, 15 years at that point. So for my stamina to improve and my endurance in those 3 months of first starting taking it, I was like, wow, that's amazing. And my recovery time after working out, like a lot of times would, try different things, would do a new CrossFit class or biking for like miles and miles. And of course, if you're doing something for the first time, a lot of times you're really sore, but I would notice that I would not have a lot of soreness after, different intense workouts. So that was incredible. And then just in my family, like with my son, how it was 14 months when he started on Juice Plus. He was a baby. And to see how he changed in just 2 months, he was someone who was very picky eater, and then he would refuse all vegetables. And in 2 months, he was picking up broccoli of his own free will and eating it. And then cabbage, that was insane. I noticed for me, I used to have adult acne too, and that went away. I also I've noticed, so, oh, my cravings, because I was a very picky eater too. So I now eat even more vegetables that I never used to eat. I mean, very picky eater. So there's just so many things that I can go on and on. It's so funny. There's so many things I think of, and I'm just like, wow. Over the years, what they say is you have a whole new body after a year because of what you're eating, right? So you're either eating things that are making your body worse or making your body better. And I just feel like for the past 11 years, my body's been getting better, even though I've been getting older. So that's what we all want. If you're wondering what the fountain of youth is,
Yeah.
look at plant foods. The plant foods are the fountain of youth. Believe me. As you look at all of us on here, I mean, Coach Kimmy, Joy, I mean, I feel like we're aging backwards. It feels really good.
But you know, I didn't say it, but everybody on Saturday just was kind of glowing, and it was like, man, y'all look good.
We
You
hear
know,
that all the time.
yeah, the fruits and vegetables have regenerative properties in it. And some people, they don't age well because they don't eat well, or like one doctor said, we look like what we eat, so we eat a bunch of junk or stuff that's just not nutritional, and it has an effect on us.
So
Yeah. Uh, Joy.
Yes. So before taking Juice Plus, I actually did attempt a half marathon. And it was a runcation. We had gone somewhere else, and we were in this 2-story house. And I remember coming back from the race, and my joints were in so much pain that I couldn't walk up the steps. I literally was on my hands and knees, going upstairs to the bedroom. And I did not want to move for the rest of the day. And fast forward me taking the Juice Plus, I noticed I didn't have that aches and pains when I pushed my body to that limit. I think after I started on Juice Plus, maybe like 2 years after that, I competed in my first triathlon. So I swam, I biked 12 miles, I ran a 5K, and afterwards I was fine. There was no aches, there was no pains, I went to work the next day. I didn't need a vacation after doing that race because I was in so much pain, and I was like, oh my gosh, what a difference. And I think that's when I really, really understood the power of whole food nutrition. And it was the only thing I had changed. Like, my training was the same. It was the only thing I had changed since I did the half marathon. And so my son actually has been on Juice Plus, maybe 7, 8 years now. He started out going into his freshman year in high school. He was a multi-sport athlete. He played football, he ran track, he played soccer. And so, he's been able to get through his workouts, train for all 3 sports when he was in high school, and outlast a lot of the people, that he was, practicing with and competing against. He's now playing soccer at the college level. And again, he can get through a game, he can get through practices without the cramping, without the, different things that happen to players, because he is fueling his body with this nutrition every day. And, we've both seen a transformation in, you put good in your body craves more good. So he went from being a juice drinker and all these kind of things to he drinks water. He carries a huge water bottle with him everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Not because mom told him to. It's just something he started doing on his own. In season, he's really good about his nutrition. The fried foods and the sweet. He doesn't mess with any of that when he's in season because he knows it makes a difference on how he's going to perform what he puts in his body. So, like I said, this has been life-changing for us. And so anytime I get a chance to talk to somebody or introduce it to somebody, I do, because I am a firm believer that this is what we all need to live better lives.
I'm gonna say something before I let Coach Kimmy get on. I jog, and I got back to jogging. And the app I have is called From Couch to 5K. And today was like the 5th week. Like you jog, make you jog 3 times a week, and then you got 5th week, 6th week, 7th week. And today was like, you know, you run a certain time and you rest. And I completely noticed, just the level of endurance. Like you said, endurance, like I haven't had that endurance in a while. And just the ability to go further. And I had my training mask on. So to be able to go further and longer without being as tired and having the energy to do what I need to do, how I need to do it, and not feeling lethargic and all that type of stuff, really does help when we have the right nutrients. But I just want to piggyback off what you said, that endurance and the joints and all that stuff. And then on top of that, when we did yoga, I'm doing that. Like every day I'm doing that yoga, that stretching every day, because our joints need to stretch. You need to stretch, because when we don't stretch, our body is stressed. And if our body is stressed, that's cortisol level. If the cortisol level go up, cancer is being released in the body. So, and this stuff is being activated that's just not good for us physically, chemically. But I love that yoga was off the chain. But go ahead, Coach Kimmy. Tell us what Juice Plus has done.
I tell you, I shared with you my testimony on my hands. That was my first evidence of nutrition, knowing that after 40 years of typing and really aching, after 2 weeks on Juice Plus, I didn't have those symptoms. I mean, they were reduced, like 95% of the symptoms were gone. And I know that nutrition heals. I say that because I can confidently say it, because the evidence is there. The evidence, the research is there. The clinical trials are there. And even with my husband was in a car accident many years ago, and he crushed his ankle. His ankle was crushed into like thousands of pieces, the doctors said, and they had to put it back together again. He was in pain most of the time. And he started Juice Plus with me, and his pain subsided. He didn't have that pain. Not only that, as Michelle mentioned, that we're aging backwards. I'm 62 years old. We will be 63 in August. And I feel great. I don't take any medications. The only thing I take is Juice Plus. And I walk. I'm not a triathlon like these girls and everything, but I get my walk on. I get my jump roping. I don't have cravings for sugar. I eat my vegetables. My skin is clear. My hair is growing. My nails are strong. And I just feel good. Nutrition heals. Now, I want to lose a few extra pounds, but I know what I need to do to get that done. That's including my Juice Plus and moving my body. So it's a good thing to have knowledge and apply it. See, we can give this information, and why we're all here is because we're not here to just say we want to sell you anything. We want to make a difference in the lives of our people, that you can be better. You can refuse that diagnosis of high blood pressure or hypertension or prostate cancer. What are you eating? How are you eating? Do you want to do better? So that's the community that we're in. We're in a healthy community that we're intentional about making a difference in the lives of our people, especially the African American community, because we are at the top of the charts as far as being sick. And we're making a difference for everyone to be better.
And not only that, fruits and vegetables, like before I even did Juice Plus, I've lost, like, I went from a 38-inch waist to a 33-inch waist. I've always been a 38-inch waist since high school. And I went up when I went through my storm and trials. But I haven't been a 33-inch waist. I don't remember last time I was a 33-inch waist. I'm 32. Maybe 33, I'm a 33-inch waist. And when I tell you, they have this movie called Game Changers. and they talk. It's a document talk about fruits and vegetables. There was a guy, he got hurt. He was an athlete, and he just started doing fruits and vegetables. When I tell you, what's the thing? The battle ropes at the gym. When he went back and got recuperated, he was just doing fruits and vegetables. He did a whole hour of battle ropes, which was rare because the most elite only could do like 10 or 15 minutes. The most. Just straight. He went for like 45 minutes straight, non-stop, to like an hour. That was the power that was saying fruits and vegetables. That it gives you that energy. It gives you the ability to do and go beyond and recover. And he recovered, quickly. So all the nutrition and everything that's in the fruits and vegetables is there. And so also what I want to do, I want to say, what makes us Juice Plus distributors and representatives different from everybody else? Why should a person invest? We're not buying. We're investing. You can't go anywhere in life and you can't go to the store and get a Snickers bar without paying for it. And so that's stealing. You make an investment in that convenience store or Walmart. And so when you see something valuable that you want, you make an investment. And so what is the real investment of this? Why should they invest? What makes us different than anybody else?
What I find different, because I have been involved with other companies similar to this, what I find different about Juice Plus and what drew me to this community is it's not you buying something and that's it. Juice Plus, the founder of Juice Plus, wanted us to have relationships with all of our customers. So I'm going to check in with you. I'm going to provide you information. I'm going to invite you to other events so you can learn more, because it's not about you just taking this product. It's about you living a better and healthier life. And that's what we want for you and for your family and for you to tell your friends and for you to tell their friends. And so we can touch as many people as possible. Our mission is inspiring healthy living around the world. And that's what you get with one of us being your representative. It's not, like you said, just selling you something. We all become part of a community. We welcome you into a community. We have a Facebook group for you. We encourage you. We motivate you. We want to help you. And that's what I love about this company the most, and how I think it's different from any other companies like this in the world.
Coach Kim? Coach Kim?
Could you call me up?
Yeah.
I agree with. Okay, yes, I agree with Joy, and I know Michelle can touch on that answer because she's been in it so much longer than I have. But I tell you, just the genuineness and the caring of this community. I mean, from the top down to ones who might have, just like you, Dr. T, you just started, but we're genuine. We truly care about what happens to anybody that we share Juice Plus with, and it does make a difference. This is not something that's investment is a good word, because anything that you invest in, anything that you're consistent in, you will see a difference. And we're just giving our testimonies on being real. This is nothing that's a fly by night. The company's been around for a long time. This is not anything. This is not backdoor, just opened up. We're here, and we really truly, like I said, want to make a difference in people's lives for people to be healthy.
Michelle?
Well, I think these ladies both summed it up real well. But honestly, the best investment that we can do is investing in ourselves, right? Because if you're not there and you're not up to, you're not in a health situation where you can help others, then you're not of much use. So once you invest in yourself, then you can pour that into others also. So I love that is something that our company really promotes, is that first we start with you, then you pass it on to others as soon as possible, because what you're doing for yourself is helping you, and you pass that on. It's like, that what was that movie that came out where you pass it along, whatever that good deed was, you pass it on to the next person. And that's what it's all about. And so, yeah, when you have a bunch of healthy people are happier overall,
Yeah.
right? We see so many effects from having good health. You feel better, you
Yeah.
look better,
Mhm.
you're kinder. I mean, you show up better, you perform better. I mean, there's just so many ways in which it just, brings light to the community. So that's what I really enjoy about it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, before we close out, we're gonna let people open it up for questions and answers. Does anyone have a question? Write it in the comments. I'll read it, and these professionals and health coaches will answer it for you. Anybody have any questions about Juice Plus health and wellness? Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Anybody have any questions? Just type it in the comments. We have a
Can I say something, Doctor?
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just noticed I looked at a couple of the comments about one saying about the foods that they ate even as a kid. They may have eaten a certain way. And as a Juice Plus advocate and wellness specialist, also as a certified health coach, that's one thing that we bring. We bring value to whomever chooses to make this a part of their lives. And we do need to know how to eat. We need to know what to eat, even when to eat. And as you apply this along with the proper nutrition, because this is bridging the gap to what you already should be eating. So if you're not eating healthy, as wellness advocates, we can direct you to or recommend to you how you can improve with that. So I believe that that's a big asset too for anyone that is on the bridge or on the gate, wondering why they can't lose the weight, why they are they going to still have to continue to take all these medications. No, you don't have to. Make a change, make a difference, and start today.
I want to read this comment. This is someone that purchased the product last week. It said, "So true. My first day of taking the products was amazing." And then another individual said they've been changing their lifestyle to more fruits and vegetables, and they feel completely different. They feel so much better, healthier, lighter. Um, who said fruits and vegetables diet truly gives us more energy and mental clarity. Um, who else? If you have any questions, definitely drop them below. But yeah, okay. So we don't have any real questions or further questions. Does anybody have any other questions? Anyone have any questions for our leaders of Juice Plus? All right. Looks like nobody has any other questions. I truly enjoyed you guys. If you would like more information about Juice Plus and the products we offer, if you were invited by Miss Michelle, Joy or Coach Kimmy, please get back with those that invited you, even myself. We can give you our information, our contact information. Okay, well, hold on. We have another comment. When I took the products from our first day, hours later, I was craving for fruits and it gave me so much energy, no question. They say this is the first day. The first day they were craving fruits and vegetables and gave them energy. That's just one day. What do you think a year would do? What do you think 2 days would do? 2 weeks would do? 2 months, 6 months, 7 months, 6 years. Imagine the change it's gonna make when we make those changes. When I was in another business, they had us read this book, The Compound Effect. It's called The Compound Effect. The guy's a multimillionaire. And he talks about making little changes every little day, just small little changes. And he put up an analogy together. He talked about 3 men. One man just walked 30 minutes a day. Just walked 30 minutes a day. That's it. Second man, he ate 100 extra calories a day. Then another guy, he just did nothing. Over a time period of 3 years, the one that walked 30 minutes a day lost 30 pounds or 40 pounds. The other two just got worse, gained weight. But he was talking about the power of doing something small, multimillionaire, doing something small and doing it continuously, you will see results. Start with something small, guys. You don't have to start big. You don't have to start magnificent, but you do have to start. And that's just be consistent with the little things, and that's where we see change at. So if that's one day, just imagine what we can really do in a month, in a year, in 2 years, and the change we can make. Guys, get back with those who invited you. Share this with someone. If you would like to become a partner with us. And just, we tell people about, when Thanksgiving come around, Christmas, we telling everybody about stuff that don't help their health. We spending money on stuff that's, I'm be real. I've been around millionaires. I've been around 6-figure income earners. I had a millionaire tell me, Antoine, when I started my business, I cut the cable off because paying for cable was not more important than me building a legacy for my children. And so he cut the cable off for like a year or two. The kids didn't have no cable, no TV. He said, now, Antoine, I got televisions in all my homes. I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. He wears a big ring. He has multiple streams of income. And he says, Antoine, that's the sacrifice people don't want to make. To be healthy, wealthy, whatever it is. I'm talking about when you start listening to people that are making the money and have the results you want to have, you have to listen to people that have the results, not the people that are making excuses. So if you want to be healthy, listen to healthy people. If you want to be wealthy, listen to wealthy people. If you want to be poor and sick, listen to them. But we are those that are healthy and wealthy, and we're trying to give you valuable products, information, and tools to just help our lives. Okay, we got another question. Okay, we got some interaction. How often should I eat with the rate of my metabolism? How often should I eat with the rate of my metabolism? Anybody?
I thought Kimmy was going to jump all over that. Coach Kimmy. Oh, do you want me to answer? Well, I would say everyone is different. Yes. Right. Yeah. Everyone's different. So it's all on your body type, your size. There's so many factors that you have to put into it. So it's hard to just say a single answer for a general purpose. But that's something like you would get if you're having maybe a coaching session, you can get more guidance on that. I don't know, Kimmy, if you wanted to interject anything.
That is a great answer. I would suggest that you can contact me for a free consultation so that I can kind of guide you as to where you need to start, because it's even a lot, not only what you're eating, but how you're eating, when you're eating, like I said, and then we need to make some changes, because that's the purpose of a coaching session, is to help to you to identify those areas in your lives where you need to make a change, and then direct you to healthy strategies that you can maintain for the rest of your life.
Wonderful, wonderfully answered, wonderfully answered. And I will also add, um, when you start doing weightlifting, and I say this to women, I told it to a female friend of mine, do some weightlifting, because what it does when you add muscle, muscle is more active than fat. When you add 1 pound of muscle, it burns more calories. I think 50 calories per pound. Just when you're sitting, like you're just chilling right now, you're gonna burn more calories when you add more muscle. And the thing about muscle, it's more dense than fat. So you may look slimmer, but you're gonna have more muscle, and that muscle is gonna be constantly burning. Fat just kind of just sits. So add weightlifting to your regimen, so you can actually eat more, honestly, when you have more muscle. I know guys in the gym, they're 215, 220. They're humongous. I'm talking about they're huge, ripped, looking good. They're bigger than me. And them jokers just they got so much muscle, they have to eat a lot to maintain that size. And they're not taking steroids, they ain't even taking supplements. They just know how to work out and eat right. So there's a lot you can do just naturally. Like I said, contact Coach Kim, contact Michelle, Joy, whichever who you feel comfortable with. I'm not a coach like them, but they can steer you in the right direction if you need help. Everybody has their expertise, but this is about health and wellness. And whoever you need to contact, you can contact them through Facebook, Instagram, social media. Matter of fact, each one of you, please tell them how someone can reach you, how they can contact you, if you have email, or so forth. How can people contact you?
For me, I am on Instagram as Health Coach Mish. So Health Coach MICH. I am on Facebook as Michelle Fletcher, and my email is mfletcherjp@gmail.com.
Beautiful. Next.
I am on social media. My IG is Joy Fit Run. And on Facebook, I am Joy Brown Packer. And those are the best ways to contact me.
Beautiful. And Coach Kimmy?
Coach Kimmy D on Instagram, Facebook, Kimmy Singletary Dublin, and Healthy Living LIVIN 77@gmail.com. You can send me an email anytime.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it, love it. And you guys know I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so forth. Do we have any more questions before we close this session? Because this has been live. This has been great. This has been informational, transformational, and productive, guys. Any other questions? Any other questions before we shut off? All right. Y'all, we done did it. Real talk with Dr. T, where we have real conversations with real people about real issues. And this time we were talking about health and wellness. This was wonderful. This was powerful. Guys, I love y'all. I'm glad to be connected to you in this community. For those that were invited, please get back with the person that invited you. And if you would like some coaching, advice, reach out to that person that you feel led to talk to and so forth. Have a wonderful day. I love y'all. Next episode gonna be on finding the right one. Get ready, y'all. God bless. Love y'all. Peace out.